Hi guys, my name is Monica. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'd like to share with you how to create a soft smoky eyes in 5 minutes. I have created this technique in 2005 working with L'Oreal Paris for a KL Fashion Week. We have around 80 models, but we only have 50 makeup artists and we have to work very fast with using dark color, dark and strong color. It's not easy, it needs some technique to know how and where is the area because eye area is so small and it needs to be very precise the area and also make sure your blending is well. And I believe you have done that before and it looks very messy. So now I'm going to show you step by step, okay? Before I start, please subscribe and press the button below and you can see my video in future, okay? And also today makeup, I'm going to use called Makeup Designory Classic Smoky Kits. It comes with the 4 color and the black pencil. And this 4 eye color is matte. So it's very useful. They all can be used. I'm going to show you to you. So, and also I'm going to start with the black pencil. But to create this eye makeup, first thing I'm using is a black pencil, but make sure they are soft and blendable. So Makeup Designory is able to blend, and also another brand is L'Oreal Paris eye pencil, also can be blend. But you make sure you can't use eyebrow pencil to create this look, okay? So I already have prepped my face, and you can put a bit of light foundation over when you're blending your foundation. Then you powder, make sure that you have some base underneath. If you think your eyes is very oily, you probably can consider an eye primer. Okay, I'm going to apply very close to your eyelashes, and then you stop where the last lashes is. Okay, stop where the last lashes. Okay, now from the eye color, how to do your eyeshadow, I'm going to communicate with you with number again. So when you look at our eyes, everyone have the socket. So I will tell you the socket is number 3. I'm going to use number to communicate where you should blend your eyeshadow because eyeshadow is a very small area we have. So at that close to eyelashes is number 1. The middle is number 2. Number 3 is where your socket is. So we communicate. So you know what I'm talking about. Number 1, number 2, which is a bit upper. Number 3, that is where your socket. So when I do my pencil right now, I'm doing it as close to my lashes as possible. So it means that is very close. It's okay that the line is not perfect because this is going to be blend into a very soft smoky. The one thing you got to be careful is not to do anything above below that last lashes. If you close your eyes, you kind of follow because some of you might have the eyes is like sagging, so you might follow your skin instead of your corner of the eye. So how do you know your corner of the eyes, which is here? This is corner of the eyes, and this normally is where your last lashes is. So that is where you need to focus on. So I stopped at that corner. So now what I'm doing is I'm just using my finger to just a very gentle blend it. Whatever I do now, I'm still blending it at number 1. I do not go any above. So just keep blending, but make sure, and you need to pull it up so then you don't feel uncomfortable. By using your finger, you blend it, number 1. Okay, and try not to go out of your last lashes. Because when you go out means you might make your eyeshadow this way. It's become drippy. You do not want to have that, okay? So now you can see a very blend. Number 2 now. I'm blending into soft number 2. Okay? Then I use a new finger without color. From number 2, I might blend it to number 3. So I do not, okay? So now I see that corner. Pull up. Okay, if I see things like that, cotton bud is the very good tips for you to blend any mistake. You can take away, or you can blend it, or you can really remove it 100%. So now I'm blending it to make sure they have a very soft layering. Means dark, number 1, lighter, number 2. Number 3 is about disappear your eyeshadow, okay? So this is not eyeshadow, this is still on pencil. The next thing, you do the same. You go very close to your lashes, and this side you can try to put it in. If you found it difficult to apply this kind of detail things, you can put your hand onto a table. Make sure your hand is balanced. If your hand is not balanced, you kind of can't get it right. And you can see every time when I do it, I pull my skin up because this is to hold my skin. If not, I'll be like pushing my skin so I can't get it right. So you see, I make a mistake. By doing a mistake, what you can do is cotton bud again, very gentle, lighter, take away, okay? Same thing. So now I'm using finger again to blend it inwards. Same thing, I do not do out any of my last lashes. I'm pushing it in. Now I'm pushing it in at number 1. Okay, but you might can see if I apply a bit more, so now I maybe touch number 2. Okay, when I look down, if I still see a harsh line, that I can't blend with my finger, so I probably use cotton bud to put it down or brush it up. It's either down or up, but you do not do it out first, yeah? You get a very even. Then I come into the new finger without color. I make sure in number 3, I'm in the soft, that no line. So you can do this by checking your balancing. I probably need a new cotton bud. By balancing, make sure they are even. Make sure now I'm blending at number 3. Make sure there's no color in number 3. Because sometimes your pencil, you might have looked too much. When you blend, it somehow come to number 3, a big junk, right? Then you can get quite, you've been punched kind of thing. So you make sure you blend it very settled. So when you open your eyes, and then it gives your eyes a bit more lift up. Okay? But this is not finished. Remember, this technique is only when your pencil is kind of eyebrow pencil. You can use eyebrow pencil to do that because they're quite harsh. They can't even blend. So this one can be blend. The disadvantage of this is because they are kind of cream eye pencil. So they're easy for you to blend, but they might not last long because they might be a little bit oily. So what you need to do with next things, you need kind of brick eyeshadow brush. I'm using this kind of round, very quick fix. I just need to put a bit of eye color on top. I'm not going to do too detailed, so I'm going to choose one for my palette here. This is a Smokey eye kit. So I'm choosing a very light brown, very light color. So along the number 1, make sure it's still inside. Like you can see, I'm just blending it into whatever number 1 at the moment. You see my brush still have a lot of color, and I'm going to the other side to finish my number 1. Then now I can go to number 3. Number 2, number 3. It's fine. You see, I only pick up once. Only one time. In fact, I'm using this color is lighten up. But once you get more experience, so now I'm blending number 3. And that's it. If some of you have a bit of puffiness, like Asian Chinese, and or any one of you that you have a skin falling out that it looks more, so you can afford or try to use dark brown color to apply on top, because this, in the photographic way, this is kind of giving a matte looking, but make sure the eyeshadow you use is matte, is no shining. Because when you're using shining eyeshadow on this area, especially for puffiness eyes, it get more puffy, illusion wise, because camera will see the shine is make it more puff. So if you use matte eyeshadow, it give you a deep, a depth looking, it's more deep set. So your eyes is kind of more look into us. I probably can show you, I'm using a brown eyeshadow now to top up. Same thing, I'm applying number 1. Only number 1, okay? Number 1. So now I have a harsh line. I can try to one more time of number 1. So now I'm very gentle to number 2. Slowly graduate to number 2. Okay, I do not want to go any more higher than that. So that is where I go. Number 3, where I'm going to use a new brush, which is clean. So from you can see this is a harsh line. I'm going to use number 3 brush to brush it out, upwards, yeah, upwards, up and down, up and down. So to get the kind of soft edge. Even here, I'm brushing it, remember, I'm brushing it up, not down, yeah? So your brush is up and down. So you get a kind of very soft edge. If you still see, somehow you still see a harsh line, a cotton bud will help. Cotton bud, in fact, it will take away 50% of your eyeshadow. So that's why the second one I need a bigger brush to blend, because I don't want to take away. But unless you make mistake, yeah. So this is okay. Now you can see with the dark color of eyeshadow, my eyes is look much more deeper. Without number 2 and number 3, so this part is still look a bit saggy. So you can still try. I'm using number, and same thing. I apply number 1, and I stop where the last. So at number 1 only. Okay, maybe apply 2-3 times. Make sure my brush do not have heavy color. Then I move on to number 2. Okay, when I move on to number 2, same thing. When I come to this corner of the eye, this corner, and I make sure now I want to, make sure I don't go down or out, but I go up. So now I'm almost blending, I'm almost touching number 2.5 to 3. So this is not good because this side doesn't have it. Okay, if you make a mistake like that, cotton bud will help you. Brush it up and down. Make sure I get away with that. And make it softer because I want to take away 50%. I'm using my clean brush now. Just make sure I get the color up and down. So you can see the eyes. The next thing, I'm going to use it. A little bit, you can use a little bit of shimmer or matte color at where the number 4 and 5. Okay, now what I see, I can still see a little bit of unevenness there, so I'm going to blend it to kind of soft. Make sure they are soft eye color. Okay, the next thing, I'm going to do my eyebrow. I like to use eyebrow with eyeshadow, which is, I think it gives you a kind of soft finish. But first of all, you have to use the brush, the eyebrow brush. Make sure they brush away that the foundation that earlier we applied. Maybe some foundation or loose powder might be sitting on your eyebrow. So it's good to keep brush away the powder, the excess powder. Okay. I'm using one of the eyebrow brush, which is angle brush and flat. So go back to the eye color palette I'm using. I'm using a brown to start with. I do not apply it right in the middle. I just fill the gap by putting it. Then I slowly move the color in front. But at the end, I like to mix a bit of brown and the black. Next thing I'm doing is the mascara. Make sure you brush the mascara downwards and then you up. I'm using a makeup Designory. It's called Volume. If you do have a long lashes, please enhance it by using mascara. It's very important because mascara, it really open up your eyes. See, one with mascara, one without. That's so important. When you wanted to do the bottom one, it's best to you look up so you can do the bottom line. This is normally happen, so you probably need a clean mascara application that will be able for you to take away. So I like to use this as well. So this is good for you to open up your lashes. And this is for you too. Hi, so this is the finishing of the soft smoky eye makeup. I hope you enjoy and I hope you manage to pick up some tips. And if you have any comments, please leave that below. I'll get back to you. And I hope you enjoy this section. So if you have not subscribed, please do so. There will be more video coming out. And see you next time. Bye bye.